When no contact makes the narcissist depressed. Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you are new here, remember to ring the bell and click the subscribe button to never miss an update from us. Today, we are delving into a complex and nuanced subject about which many of you have inquired. When no contact causes the narcissist to become depressed. Examining psychological, emotional, and behavioral aspects, this topic is both interesting and challenging. So get a cup of coffee, back off, and let's investigate this fascinating phenomena together. Often marked by their inflated sense of self-importance, great need for too much attention and adoration, and lack of empathy for others, narcissists are usually leaving their spouses and friends feeling exhausted and underappreciated. They tend to use relationships for their own advantage. When the tables are turned and the victim chooses to go no contact, though, what follows? Unbelievably, this might occasionally cause the narcissist to develop depression. Many times advised for folks in a relationship with a narcissist is no contact as a tactic. Cutting off all contact with the narcissist helps one to escape their frequently violent and manipulative actions. This entails no calls, texts, social media exchanges, or any kind of direct or indirect correspondence. For the victim, this might be a crucial first step toward recovery and sense of normalcy restoration. For the narcissist, though, the fallout might be shockingly significant. A narcissist might suffer greatly to their ego when they are deprived of their source of supply, the person or individuals who provide them affirmation, attention, and adoration. Narcissists get their energy from others, hence when this is taken away unexpectedly they may feel empty and lost. Depression can be set off by this abrupt emptiness. Still, narcissistic sadness is not like most depression. It is profoundly entwined with the narcissist's concept of self and demand for outside validation. Deprived of their supply, a narcissist could begin to feel inadequate, unworthy, even invisible. Since they attack the core of the narcissist's identity, which is based on a brittle and sometimes inflated self-image, these emotions can be especially strong. Moreover, the lack of empathy of the narcissist makes them unfit to handle their own emotional suffering in a constructive way. Since they have always looked to outside sources to boost their self-esteem, they are not accustomed to introspection or self-soothing. The narcissist is left to face their own shortcomings when these sources are eliminated, which may be a quite painful and upsetting experience. Not all narcissists will respond to no contact with depression, though. Some might react angrily, seeking to retake power by charm, threats, or manipulation. Others can hunt fresh supply sources to cover the void. For those who do suffer with depression, though, it can be a major and sometimes disregarded feature of their psychological profile. For narcissists, their sadness may show up differently. They can retreat from social events, lose interest in once favorite pastimes, or show symptoms of poor energy and drive. Some may get more agitated and prone to mood swings. They may lash out at others around them in an effort to take control. Extreme situations may cause the narcissist to even turn to self-destructive activities as a means of emotional release. Deeper psychological study of a narcissist will help one to understand why they may become depressed without touch. Many times, narcissists are seen as having created their inflated self-image as a coping technique against ingrained insecurity and inadequacy. This confident and superior facade helps one to hide the vulnerability they experience inside. When no contact is started, it pulls off this facade and makes the narcissist face their own self. For many narcissists, this confrontation is intolerable. Faced with their shortcomings without the cushion of outside approval, the emotional suffering can cause a great sense of hopelessness. This is especially true for those who have depended mostly on a certain person or group for their narcissistic needs. Losing this source might cause existential crisis by making one feel as though their whole identity is lost. One also should take into account the part control plays in the life of a narcissist. To preserve their self-image and guarantee a consistent flow of validation, narcissists sometimes try to manipulate people around them. When no contact is started, this control is suddenly lost, and the narcissist feels helpless and exposed. One major component in their plunge into depression could be a loss of control. Dealing with depression in a narcissist requires strict limits. Although it can be tempting to reach out and help, often this results in re-entanglement with the manipulative actions of the narcissist. Rather, you should give your own health top priority and keep using the no-contact approach. This means realizing that the emotional well-being of the narcissist is not yours, not that you are apathetic to their suffering. Additionally crucial is your seeking of help for oneself during this period. Particularly if the narcissist tries to shame you into resuming communication, going no contact with a narcissist can be emotionally taxing and difficult. Friends, relatives, or a therapist's aid can be quite important in keeping you strong and focused on your own healing path. Ultimately, the phenomena of no interaction depressing a narcissist is a complicated and multifarious one. It draws attention to the flimsy quality of the narcissist's self-esteem and their great need on outside validation. Although it can be challenging to see someone you once loved in suffering, keep in mind that ultimately the narcissist's well-being is not your responsibility. Maintaining no contact is a vital first step in your own healing and guarantees that you won't be caught back into a poisonous and destructive relationship. I really appreciate you observing. Should this video be of use to you, kindly thumbs up and forward it to anyone who might profit from it. Remember also to sign up for our channel and click the bell button to be informed each time we release a fresh video. Stay strong. Look after yourselves. We will see you in the next one. Here are 5 things a narcissist will definitely fail to do and will make him very frustrated. Narcissists, regardless of the facade of capability and authority they present, maintain an extremely deficient level of competence in reality. They lack the fundamental life skills and resilience necessary for achieving success in life. In contrast to their proclivity for believing they possess omniscience and expertise in a multitude of domains, the actuality is precisely the opposite. They have formed and embraced a fabricated self-perception as their actuality. Their erroneous perception of themselves persuades them that their own capabilities are superior to those of others, and that they are the only ones deserving of admiration, adulation, and a pedestal. Nevertheless, both of us are cognizant of the fact that this is anything but the case. As a result, we will discuss in today's episode 5 essential life qualities that narcissists notably deficiency. 1. Conveying appreciation. Narcissists find it difficult to convey appreciation. They consistently contend with an ingrained dysphoria or an enduring sense of dissatisfaction with existence. Constantly in pursuit of novelty, they are perpetually engrossed in diversions as a means of diverting their attention from a profound interior void. It is critical to distinguish between their own interior emptiness and the emptiness that results from the trauma they inflict upon you. Your self-awareness enables you to recognize that your inner void is the source of your emptiness, which motivates you to commence a path of self-compassion, mindfulness, and self-love, a path to well-being. On the other hand, narcissists consistently pursue external solutions to their internal conflicts, disregarding the numerous indications that are readily apparent in their environment. Their perspective holds that you are the exclusive originator of the issue, and they continue to be oblivious to the critical nature of introspection. They sustain a narrative of self-victimization, which contributes to an ongoing state of distress and dissatisfaction. Being caught in this self-defeating cycle, they become their own worst enemies. It never suffices, regardless of their possessions, your affection, or their accomplishments. Narcissists persistently pursue something that is elusive, desiring it ceaselessly. This guarantees their own demise. 2. Non-adaptability. In the pursuit of harmonious cohabitation within familial and relational contexts, the attribute of adaptability assumes critical significance, given the inherent fallibility of all individuals. On the contrary, narcissists are motivated by an incessant pursuit of flawlessness in each person they come across. Priority is given to this constant need to devalue others, which prevents the formation of genuine relationships because no one can attain their unattainable standards. At the outset, individuals may hold you or others in high regard. However, as soon as they behold your intrinsic humanity, they vanish into insignificance in their estimation. Narcissists confront the difficult task of acknowledging their deep-seated internal feeling of insignificance. They hold the belief that they are completely devoid of value and pass along this perception to you. Their unyielding perfection and inflexibility result in unreasonable and unachievable standards. Frequently, their requests are regarded as elusive, comparable to a target in motion. You believe you have identified the objective, but once you attain it, it becomes insufficient. A new goalpost appears. Due to this deficiency in appreciation and adaptability, narcissists are exceptionally frail. Their internal condition is dependent on the conditions that arise externally. They are, contrary to their assertions of omnipotence, more susceptible than one could ever conceive. The smallest modification in their environment has the potential to incite narcissistic fury, thereby exposing their authentic susceptibility. 3. Authenticity. Narcissists lack the capacity for authenticity by nature. Narcissists are, at their core, individuals who manifest a fabricated persona predicated upon a bedrock of deceit. Due to this, they perceive themselves to be something they are not, creating an egregious discrepancy between reality and delusion. Purposeful expression is rendered impossible when one lives in this manner. They adeptly modify their persona in accordance with the objectives of the interaction and the individual with whom they are interacting. They resemble chameleons, shapeshifters, or even demons. They are shadows bereft of authentic identity. As opposed to average people, narcissists are devoid of a genuine essence. They merely emulate the preferences and aversions of others, since they are cognizant of the fact that displaying disapproval towards particular items attracts notice and admiration. Similarly, they recognize that they can gain the approval of others and create the illusion of superiority by endorsing specific groups or preferences. In pursuit of constant validation, a narcissist is perpetually entangled in the art of manipulating and exploiting others. One leading such an existence would be inherently lacking in authenticity, character, and a set of values. These individuals are preoccupied with the relentless quest for manipulation, exploitation, and validation, which are characteristics that profoundly erode their ability to exhibit authenticity. 4. Insufficient autonomy. Narcissists exhibit a higher degree of dependence than the average codependent. One might refer to them as mutated codependents. Departing from a narcissist in the midst of a desert would not extend their survival beyond an hour. As previously stated, they consistently necessitate a constant provision of validation and attention. Although they may perceive themselves as fiercely self-reliant and self-sufficient, capable of autonomously cultivating their egos, The reality is that they depend on you more than you depend on them. They rely on your emotions, recollection of them, and the influence of their presence in order to perceive any degree of significance. At their core, they contend with an intense feeling of insignificance. They constitute an enormous fallacy that requires ongoing confirmation and conviction in order to endure. They's illusion vanishes when the light of truth exposes them, and you come to the realization that you no longer require them. Their frailty and fragility are exposed. Conversely, this susceptibility conceals a formidable toxicity that may appear authoritative, overwhelming, and transformative. It is crucial to understand that in the mind of a narcissist, their sources of supply serve as the fundamental basis of their identity, since they themselves resemble a precarious structure built upon sand, devoid of a solid foundation. It disintegrates when you eliminate yourself from the equation. The inevitability of this fragility is their reality. 5. Capacity for silence. A lack of listening skills constitutes the fifth deficiency in the lives of narcissists. Although many individuals may not possess remarkable listening skills, narcissists are an entirely different story. Despite their apparent attentiveness, their primary objective is to acquire information in order to identify your vulnerabilities, uncover potential entry points, and investigate strategies to further their own interests. Narcissists exploit and manipulate individuals for the purpose of satisfying their own narcissistic needs by perusing their psyches. This is a major contributor to the short lifespan of their romantic relationships. They fail to listen attentively. They are not in the company of their companions. Rather, they are preoccupied with themselves, seeking admiration without actively engaging in the familial structure they pretend to be a part of. Although they may have a beating organ in their thorax called the heart, they consider it to be nothing more than a piece of flesh, as I have previously explained. They are devoid of an authentic spirit. For someone to genuinely listen and care, they must possess compassion, sincerity, and a heart. Nevertheless, it is common knowledge that a narcissist sincerely cares only about themselves. They are apathetic towards your suffering, even if it is personally observed, so long as it does not have an impact on their own welfare. They may even desire for you to endure additional agony in order to bolster their sense of superiority and power, particularly if they are the source of your suffering. Narcissists are, in conclusion, pseudo-humans, subhumans, and entities. They are unable to perceive individuals beyond their false ego for these reasons. Their constant anticipation for others to fulfill their egotism stems from the fact that their self-worth relies on the approval and esteem of others. Removing yourself from that equation is the key to liberation, as you are merely a pawn in their scheme. Upon doing so, one will behold the narcissist's world disintegrating into opulence, as one will essentially be the only one genuinely present. It is imperative that we acknowledge this fact. In light of this, I eagerly await your thoughts and opinions. Please share your thoughts in the comments section below, and spread the word about this episode without hesitation. Soon, I will return with an additional one. Until then, continue to allow the healing process to initiate and endure. After you leave a narcissist, here's what they do over and over to get you back in their arms. Greetings, everyone. Join us for an insightful exploration into the intricate mind games employed by narcissists following breakups. Have you ever questioned the true intentions of your toxic ex-partner post-breakup? You're not alone. In this revealing discussion, we'll uncover the art of hoovering, a tactic narcissists use to ensnare you in deception. Brace yourselves as we dissect their verbal manipulations and cunning strategies designed to exploit your vulnerabilities and hinder genuine freedom. The distinctive rejection of their own traits by narcissists often creates turmoil in their relationships. In such partnerships, a lingering sense of unease may pervade, questioning the sincerity of their actions. This unsettling feeling is your intuition at work, potentially manifesting in physical symptoms. Empathetic and perceptive individuals may sometimes dismiss their instincts, particularly when entangled with narcissists, sociopaths, or psychopaths. Ignoring these instincts is a common but detrimental behavior. When narcissists appear to be attempting a reconciliation, it's easy to misinterpret their motives. Their deceptive actions might be mistaken for genuine remorse and a sincere desire to mend the relationship. However, it's a shrewd manipulation of your emotions and time, strategically timed to catch you in a moment of vulnerability or introspection. This manipulation is known as hoovering. Manipulative and narcissistic individuals employ hoovering to lure their victims back into a relationship by feigning improvement. The term originates from the Hoover vacuum cleaner, symbolizing the narcissist's attempt to draw you back into the relationship, treating you as if you were expendable. Let's delve into the rhetorical maneuvers of hoovering. It's commonly advised to steer clear of individuals with mental health issues or those who exhibit abusive behavior, especially avoiding personal interactions with them. Narcissists, psychopaths, and sociopaths excel at concealing their flaws and malevolent intentions. Your narcissistic counterpart employs specific psychological manipulation strategies to lure you back, all while concealing truths that could profoundly impact you. In this discussion, we'll dissect the intricate deceptions employed by narcissists, particularly in the context of personal relationships. Our aim is to shed light on the linguistic tricks they utilize to sway you into reigniting a relationship, thereby impeding your journey to free yourself and lead a tranquil life free from their tumultuous antics. Let's start with the well-known phrase, "I chose to go to counseling." Picture this scenario. Your tumultuous relationship has subjected you to emotional manipulation, sudden disappearances, and a constant back-and-forth dynamic. Finally, summoning the strength to end the relationship due to the unbearable turmoil, they reappear, gazing at you earnestly, uttering, "I reflected on what you said. I understand its significance, and I'm committed to fixing our relationship, so I've chosen to go to counseling." However, the narcissist's seemingly earnest commitment to addressing issues through counseling is a facade. This could be related to anger management, alcoholism, jealousy, infidelity, sex/porn addiction, or a combination of these challenges. These pledges of seeking professional help serve as mere stalling tactics. The narcissist doesn't have genuine intentions of being truthful during therapy. Instead, they exploit these sessions to manipulate your reality, acquiring the right vocabulary to paint you as emotionally unstable. As someone entangled romantically with a narcissist, you may yearn to believe in their sincerity, hoping to witness their return to their former self. They might even shed tears to enhance the authenticity of their act. Regrettably, this method is a common ploy among many narcissists. Soon enough, they revert to their abusive behavior. The narcissist's professed desire for introspection and treatment seldom leads to a positive outcome for victims of narcissistic abuse. After being lured back into the relationship, victims often find themselves in need of therapy to cope with the psychological manipulation and mind games. Have you ever heard phrases like, "I met them during our break. I don't have romantic feelings for them, but they entered my life during our time apart and won't leave. I tried my best to disengage," or "I was only with them because I felt like you weren't fully committed to me." These are among the narcissist's manipulative tactics aimed at diverting your attention from their infidelity. The objective is to secure your forgiveness and view them as just another person seeking love and connection. This strategy also enables narcissists to triangulate you against another individual, fostering friction and competitiveness. The gaslighting component adds to your feelings of discomfort and confusion. It serves to enhance their allure, creating an illusion of high desirability, thereby undermining your self-esteem. Thoughts like, perhaps they're straying because I'm not attractive enough, or I've ruined everything by ending the relationship, and now I'm jeopardizing my chance at true love, are deliberately induced to make you feel threatened by the prospect of losing them. Fear becomes a driving force, compelling you to go to great lengths to maintain their affection. It may not be apparent during these distressing moments, but such occurrences are not unique. Narcissists, particularly those of the somatic and histrionic types, consistently juggle multiple relationships at various stages with different individuals. It's entirely plausible that your toxic partner encountered the new person before your breakup. Thirdly, narcissists pose the question, can we just be friends? Once, you were their entire world. However, they either cheated on you or left for someone else, expressing disdain for that person. After breaking your heart, you grapple with the reasons for not being enough. They provide countless explanations, asserting that you were never their ideal match. Then, after a few days, weeks, or months, they reappear with a heart-wrenching tale of confusion and remorse. They claim they made a mistake and can't imagine life without you. Amid this emotional turmoil, they gaze at you with contemplation, saying, I know we can't be together, but I care about you a lot and don't want to lose you entirely. Can we be friends? Unfortunately, when a narcissist suggests being friends, it often translates to let's be friends with benefits. It's crucial to steer clear of this entanglement at all costs. Falling into this trap can lead you into a tumultuous and turbulent world, where you endure their numerous sexual partners, frequent disappearances, and regular doctor visits to prevent STDs. When a narcissist returns, seemingly remorseful and claiming to reconsider their decision, the temptation to believe them is strong. However, their motive is clear. They've realized that someone else might attempt to win your heart, and they cannot allow that to happen. They aim to keep you on their hook, always available at their convenience. Maintaining a friendly relationship with their ex serves as a shield for their reputation, portraying them as caring and compassionate individuals capable of maintaining friendships with past partners. In the face of a smear campaign, they may say, I stayed friends with her because I felt terrible for her, even though she's going around telling everyone how abusive I'm. The narcissist portrays themselves as a benevolent figure, adopting the role of the Good Samaritan. Number 4. I knew you weren't the right person for me. The narcissist concludes the saga with a self-satisfied proclamation. I knew you weren't the right person for me. Despite its apparent contradiction, this tactic is a premeditated effort to keep you entangled in a disheartening loop, where you strive to prove your value and win back their love. You embark on a mission to revive the crumbling relationship, salvage your tarnished image, and hope for a positive resolution. Walking on eggshells, you conform in the pursuit of happier times. How does the narcissist perceive a relationship revival? Instead of appreciating your efforts and being open to a fresh start, the narcissist interprets your desperate attempts to win them back as confirmation of their authority and allure. In the narcissist's eyes, your endeavors to salvage the relationship reveal your emotional dependence on them, and they exploit your sensitivity and emotional fragility. Once they've resurrected the relationship, they proceed to manipulate your emotions. 5th, I'm sorry for hurting you, and I pledge to make it up to you. All narcissists employ this strategy, except the cerebral one. Relationships with narcissists often feature compassion, empathy, tolerance, selflessness, and forgiveness, traits that narcissists exploit. Empathetic partners succumb when the narcissist returns with flowers, jewelry, crocodile tears, and a bended knee for dramatic effect. They conveniently forget past transgressions and envision a happier future with shared park walks and aging together. The reality, the narcissist's perspective on reconciliation is vastly different from yours. Their primary concern is re-establishing a connection with their backup supply, viewing your demand for respect as a disruption to their routine, which you've now earned by acquiescing. 6. You are the only one I truly love. Narcissists are notorious for their deceitful behavior in romantic relationships, engaging in infidelity and maintaining multiple connections simultaneously. However, they skillfully justify their actions, attributing them to being sex addicts or claiming difficulty with monogamy. They might characterize their other relationships as mere flings without emotional attachment, emphasizing that you alone are their true love. Positioned as the one who accepts them despite imperfections, you become their beacon of light, providing refuge after a stressful day where they can relax and forget their troubles. Their narrative implies a profound connection between you two, transcending the odds. Acknowledging their flaws, perhaps even acknowledging potential insanity, they insist that your deep connection is the reason they adore only you. Their consistent return and shared moments in your bed seemingly validate this claim. 7. I had a sudden insight. Picture this: the narcissist, on their way to work, experiences a sudden revelation. In a moment of clarity, they believe that the two of you are destined to be together. According to their narrative, all the pieces of the puzzle fall into place, and within seconds, they express surprise and bewilderment at how they had been oblivious to this truth. Nevertheless, the harsh reality remains that no matter how openly you expose your vulnerabilities and share your pain, the narcissist won't undergo a miraculous transformation. Relying on divine intervention to enlighten them about the emotional distress they've caused and induce repentance is futile. As long as the narcissist remains a part of your life, regaining control over your self-esteem and emotions remains an unattainable goal. Each seemingly innocent action or comment they make conceals a hidden cost, as they harbor ulterior motives behind everything they say and do. Although breaking the no-contact rule may offer a fleeting respite, the long-term consequences could prove devastating. Thank you for embarking on this journey to comprehend the dark art of narcissistic manipulation. If you found this information beneficial, kindly like, share, and subscribe for more insightful content. Liberating yourself from a narcissist isn't merely a challenge, it's an imperative for your well-being. Stay vigilant, stay empowered, and shatter the chains that bind you. When no contact makes the narcissist depressed. Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you are new here, remember to ring the bell and click the subscribe button to never miss an update from us. Today, we are delving into a complex and nuanced subject about which many of you have inquired. When no contact causes the narcissist to become depressed. Examining psychological, emotional, and behavioral aspects, this topic is both interesting and challenging. So get a cup of coffee, back off, and let's investigate this fascinating phenomena together. Often marked by their inflated sense of self-importance, great need for too much attention and adoration, and lack of empathy for others, narcissists are usually leaving their spouses and friends feeling exhausted and underappreciated. They tend to use relationships for their own advantage. When the tables are turned and the victim chooses to go no contact, though, what follows? Unbelievably, this might occasionally cause the narcissist to develop depression. Many times advised for folks in a relationship with a narcissist is no contact as a tactic. Cutting off all contact with the narcissist helps one to escape their frequently violent and manipulative actions. This entails no calls, texts, social media exchanges, or any kind of direct or indirect correspondence. For the victim, this might be a crucial first step toward recovery and sense of normalcy restoration. For the narcissist, though, the fallout might be shockingly significant. A narcissist might suffer greatly to their ego when they are deprived of their source of supply, the person or individuals who provide them affirmation, attention, and adoration. Narcissists get their energy from others. Hence, when this is taken away unexpectedly, they may feel empty and lost. Depression can be set off by this abrupt emptiness. Still, narcissistic sadness is not like most depression. It is profoundly entwined with the narcissist's concept of self and demand for outside validation. Deprived of their supply, a narcissist could begin to feel inadequate, unworthy, even invisible. Since they attack the core of the narcissist's identity, which is based on a brittle and sometimes inflated self-image, these emotions can be especially strong. Moreover, the lack of empathy of the narcissist makes them unfit to handle their own emotional suffering in a constructive way. Since they have always looked to outside sources to boost their self-esteem, they are not accustomed to introspection or self-soothing. The narcissist is left to face their own shortcomings when these sources are eliminated, which may be a quite painful and upsetting experience. Not all narcissists will respond to no contact with depression, though. Some might react angrily, seeking to retake power by charm, threats, or manipulation. Others can hunt fresh supply sources to cover the void. For those who do suffer with depression, though, it can be a major and sometimes disregarded feature of their psychological profile. For narcissists, their sadness may show up differently. They can retreat from social events, lose interest in once favorite pastimes, or show symptoms of poor energy and drive. Some may get more agitated and prone to mood swings. They may lash out at others around them in an effort to take control. Extreme situations may cause the narcissist to even turn to self-destructive activities as a means of emotional release. Deeper psychological study of a narcissist will help one to understand why they may become depressed without touch. Many times, narcissists are seen as having created their inflated self-image as a coping technique against ingrained insecurity and inadequacy. This confident and superior facade helps one to hide the vulnerability they experience inside. When no contact is started, it pulls off this facade and makes the narcissist face their own self.